Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Reptile Barn, and welcome to these two very not sedentary ball pythons right here. We are showing off a clutch of ball pythons that has shed out, with one exception, and I wanted to show you the parents first. So this big girl in front is T. Switty. She is a Lavender Albino. As far as we know, nothing else going on there. Cool story, real quick. You know, I love my tangents. This female was produced by a het female that we actually bought here in Alaska. Kind of from our mentor. There was a breeder who was named April Linkfield. She's since moved to Florida, but at the time she was kind of the most experienced reptile breeder in the state. And we bought a big het Lavender Albino female from her years ago, produced a clutch. In fact, I believe she was gravid when we bought her, and she had been bred to another lavender, so we produced some visuals and some hets, and we kept back this female here. And the babies we're about to show you are the grandbabies of that original het female. So kind of cool. This male is our only visual clown in our collection, okay? He is a banana pastel yellow belly clown from Gerrit de Meyer. We love this male. We searched long and hard for that particular combination where the breeder was pretty certain that yellow belly was indeed present. In these combos, sometimes yellow belly can get washed out. If any of you watched the egg cutting video, you know that I'm a joke when it comes to identifying yellow belly. We'll do our best with these babies. But now that I see the babies, I am 100% certain that he is indeed yellow belly, just as Gerrit de Meyer said. So, yeah, those are the parents. And when you see them like this, you can kind of see why some people, including me, think that banana is actually just a really colorful form or line of albinism. You know, they even have the ruby eyes. If you look, I don't know if the camera is going to show it up, but especially in the pupils, their eyes are that ruby red color, just like a Lavender Albino, for example. Anyway, so enough chit chat. Let's show you some babies. I'll be right back. All right, guys, here's the babies. Really excited about this clutch. Their phenotype, you know, what they're visually looking like isn't anything particularly out there, but genetically they're powerful, and we're very excited about this clutch, okay? So, let's dig in here. The male is a banana, and he was a male maker, so most of the time, every baby with banana is going to be a male, and every baby without banana is going to be a female. But as you'll see, we actually have one exception to that rule, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, it's the wrong direction. You know, it would have been nice to get one that should have been male but actually was female, but it was the other way around. However, that's okay. I will first pull our three bananas. They are all males. And I will walk you through my guesses on genetics. Obviously, they're banana. This guy who has not shed yet, he's the only baby in the clutch who hasn't, has a little bit of that, what they call speckling on the sides, and he's got high blushing. Now maybe he'll turn out to look more like these guys once he has shed out. I don't really know. But for now, I do believe he is a yellow belly banana. As far as these two guys go, I don't know. I think that they're pastel. The head's pretty blushed out, and they're a little bit more yellow than the other bananas we've produced, but it's hard for me to say. Again, I am not an expert with IDing morphs, especially things that I've never seen in person before. So at the very least, we have banana double het lavender clowns. They are all male. I believe this one is yellow belly, and I think these two are pastel. I don't know if we got any pastel yellow belly double hets. You'll notice that this guy's pattern is also quite a bit more aberrant than these two. So again, I think that this male has yellow belly. I think these two have pastel. We will see. Now, as far as the non-bananas go, 3 of them are female, and then 1 of them is actually a male, which is unfortunate because it's also the genetically most powerful one. And since he's in my hand here already, I'll just show him off first. This, I believe, is a pastel yellow belly double het lavender clown. You can see a lot of that speckling in the sides, a lot of white blushing coming up, a paler overall color, especially when I'll show you compared to one that I believe is only yellow belly without the pastel. Which one was it? This one. Okay. So this girl, who will be staying here, is a yellow belly double het lavender clown. Some of these are going to start getting feisty on me. That's okay. Now look, this one even has, I want you to see the belly. I don't know what the camera is seeing, what it's not, but this has so much of that yellow coloring bleeding in from the sides. It also has a lot of speckling in the paler part of the pattern, the more tan part. This is clearly a yellow belly, okay? That, I believe, also is clearly a yellow belly and many shades lighter, which is why I say it's a pastel yellow belly, okay? This, I think, is just a normal, so it would just be a double het lavender clown. It's a little bit lighter than the yellow belly. It does not have the speckling on the sides. Could be a lower expression yellow belly, but I don't think so. I think it's just a normal. And then this, I believe, is a pastel double het lavender clown. Okay, so you see the overall much yellower snake, blushed out top of the head. And yeah, so this is our awesome clutch. I think we will be keeping the yellow belly and the pastel females. And that might be it. The rest of this clutch might be for sale. We're probably going to sell everything else and buy an unrelated male so that we're not breeding sibling to sibling for our attempts, 3 or 4 years down the road at the double visuals, okay? Does that make sense? So we'll keep the 2 sisters, we'll sell everything else, and we'll buy a male. Something like that. We might keep all 3 females, but at least the 2. And that is the clutch. Look at this just pile of beautifulness. Isn't this awesome? I know it's not, again, it's not like crazy visual things that came out in this clutch, but overall, still beautiful to look at. Really powerful genetics. I don't like scaring them. You see some people that are just so roughly shoving them back into the middle of the table. I try not to do that, but I also don't want them to escape and get, down on the floor or anything like that. My dogs are really good about the snakes, but if they saw one skittering away all of a sudden, I don't know if they would be able to resist. So I just don't want that to happen. I've never tested it, honestly. But yeah, 7 babies out of 7 eggs. To me, this is perfection. Oh, we couldn't have done any better than this, other than, a higher, it's okay, little guy, a higher female ratio, I guess, but that's just, that's just asking for more than we deserve, I think. We got exactly what we needed. This one's starting to get a little feisty. That's okay. It's okay. But overall, they're pretty good. None of them are really snappy.
Oh, and they're beautiful.
They're really gorgeous. I wish this one would have shed, but the rest of them shed a long time ago, so I didn't want to wait any longer to start feeding them. And once you're feeding them, then I don't want to be filming a video and they have a big meal in their belly. So it just, we decided today was the best day to do this. I'm sorry I'm not making eye contact, by the way. I am just trying to watch all my little babies here. But anyway, yeah, so this guy is the one we believe is the pastel yellow belly. Really, really cool. Just the 2 genes on their own already look really beautiful. But yeah, so tell me what you guys think. And I will be on the lookout for a male. And maybe with some other gene thrown in there if it's not, going to break the bank. Males are far, far, far more affordable than females when it comes to recessives in general, but especially when you do these double het projects, you know, these females are going to be pricey. Even the normal, you know, this girl here, who's just a double het lavender clown, she's going to be pretty expensive. The males will be far more affordable, especially if I can't positively identify yellow belly in them. You might get a, you know, a discount extra gene in there because I don't want to guarantee something unless I really know for certain that it's there. So I'll reach out to some people and probably get some help. But yeah, so for those of you who are new to the channel real quick and maybe haven't seen this kind of thing before, let me just show you. You know, I said this is the only one that hasn't shed out, and I realized that for new people, that might not make any sense what I was talking about. Real quick, look at these two snakes side by side. They're either genetically identical or one, you know, real subtle gene different, but look at the difference in the tone of the skin. So this one that has shed is your typical really smooth, sleek, almost a satiny look to the skin. Whereas this snake here, he looks shiny, almost like an amphibious type of skin. That's not a great analogy, but I hope that the camera is clearly showing this difference because they're quite extreme to the naked eye as far as seeing the difference between one that hasn't shed yet for the first time and one that has. And my guess is that they need a special type of skin when they're still in the egg because they are in a completely liquid environment while they're inside the egg. And typical dry reptile skin, with a few exceptions, like, you know, an anaconda or a crocodilian, but most snakes, they just can't be 100% submerged in water all the time without getting some pretty bad skin problems. So they have this special skin while they're in the egg, and shortly after they hatch, they shed it. And then they have the more typical, real satin-like texture to their skin. Handling snakes will never get old. It is just soothing. They feel so amazing. They're so muscular, and the way they move. And these little ones are being so sweet too. No one's bitten me. No one's even hissed at me. So I'm loving this clutch, guys. This, I'm not gonna lie, this was a powerful clutch for us. I know there's people out there that are busting out clutches that are 100 times more powerful than this genetically, but for us, this is a really cool clutch and great building blocks for the future. And we'll be able to raise up these couple of females without dropping a few $1,000s on them because we hatched them ourselves. And that is all. Let me put them back. I will give them like one more day together to see if that last male will shed. They seem to eat better if they're kept together for the first little while. That's why we do this. Obviously, they'll all get their own little enclosure soon, but we try to keep them together until they've all shed. Then we separate them out and feed them. But if he doesn't shed soon, I'm going to set them all up individually so that I can start feeding them. Obviously, I'm not going to feed them while they're still all together. That would not be safe. You don't want multiple snakes going for the same food item. But hopefully he sheds soon. And I got nothing else to say. I am so stoked about this clutch. We will take the long road raising up the females, and we'll pick out some really cool male, maybe like a leopard double het or an Enchi double het, something that will combine really nicely with the pastel and yellow belly that we'll have in the females. I wish that one pastel yellow belly would have been a female, so then we could have had them all into one clutch, but that is okay. We should not complain about something so beautiful as this clutch. That is all for now, and we thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we're the Reptile Barn.